Welcome to Woodwork Life. So this will be a little bit different one today. Through building the 3 tables and all the benches and all these different projects for the channel, my shop is an absolute disaster and I need to take this opportunity to do a little bit of spring cleaning. So I figured I'd bring you guys along for the ride. So I'm going to be installing some new lights in the shop. I'm going to be painting some walls that are going to be reflecting light a little more evenly instead of that orange they are now. And then I'm also going to take the opportunity to do some shop layout changes just to make my workflow a little more optimized. Having 3 tables in this workshop has really taught me a thing or 2 or 12 about how I can better utilize this space. So come along for the ride, but first let's get this shop cleaned up because it's not going to do itself.
I have been listening to an unhealthy amount of Beyonce in my shop lately, if there is such a thing. Do you have any guilty pleasure music that you listen to while you make a project? My shop floor is probably more sawdust than is concrete at this point, so I started with this Devour from Ryobi to just clean up some of the big mess. And then after that I kind of had the usual sweeping and taking out the trash and cleaning up all the stuff that accumulated on the floor over the last couple months. From this point onward, I'm going to make a pledge to you and to myself that I'm no longer going to build these crappy temporary pieces of furniture for my shop.
Back up in your ass with the resurrection. Is the group harder than an erection that shows no affection?
And in case you're counting at home, this is actually the 3rd position that I put my miter bench. It's just such a long table, it's really useful, but it takes up so much space. So I wanted to free up that sidewall and also be able to find any of the stuff that falls back behind there and more easily blow the dust off and outside. Inspired by guys like Montgomery and Uyeda, I decided to paint one wall in my shop white. Now I do have big plans for this later, but for now, it's just a nice, clean, modern look on that side of the shop.
Alright, so I'm through with day 1 of the work. As you can see, the wall behind me is now white. That's what I managed to get yesterday done. Well, by yesterday I mean between the hours of 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. And then I passed out because that's what a day of work looks like for me. I also managed to get the workbench moved over here. I put it up against the garage because I figure if it's up against the garage, then at least if there's something stuck behind there, I can open the garage and get it. Maybe that'll work. We'll find out. But as usual, whenever I clean my shop, I actually just kind of end up making a mess of things. So I'm going to organize this a little bit, and then I'm going to actually replace the lights. You can probably hear them. These are just regular 5K overhead lights. They were here when I got the house, but they're really loud, and they don't get very bright whenever it's cold outside. So I'm going to switch those out.
Now this company Sansi has been reaching out to me and trying to send me these lights for a little while now, so I had them send them over, and then I also picked up some new fixtures to mount and replace the old fluorescence overhead. Again, the Sansi bulbs are 250 watt equivalent, so really bright white light, and the fluorescents that I bought are 5K 4000 lumen bulbs, so they should be really bright and fill the shop with nice clean even light, and also make it a little bit safer and easier to shoot video really. That's the big thing for me. Now, I am not an electrician, and I don't really know what I'm doing, but I have done this a couple times before. So, rather than showing you how to actually install the new lights, I'll recommend using a hot stick and making sure their outlets are off. And then, beyond that, enjoy this nice, cute puppy clip while I install these lights. There, wasn't that easy? Now, I'm not going to show you how to do that kind of stuff because I really want you to either inform yourself and learn from somebody who really knows what they're doing or consult a professional. Now, I'm happy with the way the lighting turned out, and I'm pretty sure it's up to code, barely, but it works.
Alright, so we're into day 3 of the shop spring cleaning. Last night I was able to finish installing the overhead lights, so you'll probably notice I look a lot more crispy now. They're 4,000 lumen, 5K bulbs. I'll link them down in the description below. I replaced the whole fixtures. I don't like to work with those like ballastless T8 replacement bulbs. I don't know, something about them, I just don't trust them. But these work great. You can see nice even lighting. Eventually I want to install some lights to light the walls as well, so it can be like a permanent fixture. Today I'm going to try to reorganize the shop a little bit and get to working on this wall. Hopefully I'll get some paint up by the end of the night.
Now I'm also taking this opportunity to kind of clear out my closet and any of the cool tools and products that I have laying around. So this is a Jackson Palmer tool tote and tool backpack. And I'm actually going to be giving these away, probably several of them actually. So be sure to check me out on Instagram at the WoodWorkLIFE and follow me, find the photo, and there will be a contest link to that here pretty soon. I'll let you know. I think it's about time to retire the clamp buffet, so I'm going to be building a new clamp rack here pretty soon. So stay tuned for that, and if you haven't gotten subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe now. I'll be releasing that video probably sometime in the next couple months with some free plans. This monstrosity of a 6x6 has been sitting on the floor of my shop for I don't even know how long, but it was time to get it out of the way.
Hey, baby. Hey. What's up?
Hair curled up on the rug.
Again?
Yeah, again.
Oh, no.
Now I don't know if you've seen the video for the rigid tool cabinet I built a couple months ago, but let's not try to repeat this again.
Hey. I got it. I didn't die.
After I got all these tools out of the cabinet, I actually asked all you guys on Instagram whether I should clean them or not, and I decided not to clean them because it was just that war paint that they really needed anyway, but I did give them a little brush down so they weren't quite as dusty. So hopefully that made some of you happy.
Alright, so I finished painting the wall gray. I've also finished kind of reorganizing all the machines in the shop to give myself a little more room to operate, which I really like. The only step I have left is to build these weird little lights. I'm going to use some 2x4s and these awesome lights that were sent to me by a company called Sansi. They're, I think, 150 watt equivalent LEDs in bright white or daylight, as you might know it. Kind of best for production quality lighting. I've got 4 of them, and I'm actually use them to bounce light off of the gray wall and off of the white wall so I can have a little more consistent soft lighting in the shop. Hopefully it'll end up giving some little better production quality in my videos, and I'll show you what that'll look like at the end of the video. So let's jump into getting those made and finishing up, finally cleaning up around the shop.
So I might have broken my promise already about temporary furniture, but I'm not above painting these already, so maybe I can paint them to blend in with the wall. Should work okay. I just wanted a simple light that was adjustable, and I didn't bump my head on it when I walked by. I knocked out 4 of these really quick just so I could hang them up on the wall, and they work more like a lamp than a light fixture. So they just have lamp cord run to a temporary outlet, or whatever you call it, those little cheapo plastic sockets. Then I mounted a 24-inch 2x4 to the back so it could mount to 1 or even 2 of the studs. I wanted to make these lights remote control, and this is actually one of the coolest little things you can get at Harbor Freight. These are actually 15 amp remote controlled outlets, and they come with 3 zones. So I wired those up to the remote control outlets. I think mostly they're used for like old ladies and lamps around their living room, but it works just fine for anything that's less than 15 amps.
So that does it for spring cleaning. I got a lot of work done. I want to thank Sansi for setting me up those lights. They're really helpful for evening out the lighting in this shop. If you enjoyed this, I'm not going to do much like this. Hopefully I'll try to keep my shop a little bit cleaner going forward. But if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and drop me a like down below. Let me know in the comments what recent shop project you've done that made your job a lot easier. And I guess go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And thanks for watching, and remember to keep your tools sharp and to keep your mind sharper.
If you want to land some free tools or just cool stuff, be sure to follow me on Instagram. That's where I like to do a lot of my giveaways. You can also get some behind the scenes action and get a sneak peek at whatever I'm building right now. Like I said, right now I'm giving away that tool tote and tool backpack, but there's stuff going on all the time.